Welcome all my students. Again I am with you in the lap of nature with a beautiful poem. That the title of the poem is The Dust of Snow. This poem is written by Robert Frost, the great American poet. Robert Frost is known as a romantic and a realistic poet. In the poem we find, before analyzing the poem, just I want to mention two philosophies of human life. The first philosophy is every little and trivial incident and situation that occurs with us, and every trivial element of nature adds a larger significance in the horizon of our life. As example, the falling of an apple from the tree helps to create the greatest theory of gravitation. Newton observed this trivial incident. The falling of an apple is a very tiny and trivial incident, but there was the greatest theory, isn't it? And this philosophy is relevant to the poem In the Dust of Snow. The next philosophy that I am going to analyze here is the immortal and timeless quote of Milton's Paradise Lost. The quote is, mind is in its own place, can make a hell heaven and heaven a hell. What does this quote mean? This quote actually signifies that our mind is the greatest friend and our mind is the worst enemy. Our mind can create the heaven-like situation from hell. Our mind can turn the heaven-like atmosphere to hell. And our mind can create a hell to heaven. Why am I mentioning these two philosophies of life? Because these philosophies are relevant to the poem The Dust of Snow. Robert Frost has emphasized the tiny and trivial things has also a larger significance in our life. We cannot ignore and avoid the trivial things and situation. And in every trivial situation and incident, there is a larger discoveries and invention, a larger happiness. We should not discard. We should not discard them. In the poem, the poet is found sad, disappointed, anxious, and frustrated. He is seen walking and happens to pass under a tree, and suddenly he feels something falling upon him, and this is the dust of snow. Dust of snow refers to the particles and flakes of snow, which is an element, which is a trivial element of nature. The sooner the dust of snow falls upon him, his disappointment, resentment, anxiety, and frustration disappears. His mind changes and he feels joyous and relieved. This is what happens with us. Sometimes we become very sad and frustrated, but something creeps into something positive creeps into our mind, and we become joyous and elated. This is what Frost has emphasized here. Here the poem goes, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I rued. I am again reading the poem. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. This is the first stanza. The second stanza, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. The poem goes here. This is the way the poem goes here. Here the falling of the snow is caused by the shaking of the branch by a crow. Snow falls on the poet. The snow falls on the poet from a tree, from the branch of a tree. The branch is covered with snow. As the crow shakes the branches, the snow falls on the poet. Here poet has emphasized the particles of snow is very trivial. The falling of the snow is a trivial thing, just like the falling of an apple. But the falling of the snow brings a joy in the mind of the poet, isn't it? Poet has also brought here two negative agents. The first agent is crow. Crow is supposed to be a bird of negativity, bird of sadness and gloom. Crow is called an inauspicious and a bird of omen, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. But the activity of the bird The association of the hemlock tree are not here anything inauspicious. The poet has brought this theme here. Poet breaks the belief system. The poet breaks our belief system, our superstitious belief system. The poet breaks our superstitious belief systems that we nurture in our mind and considered some element of nature and some situation as inauspicious, just as we generally considered a black cat to be an agent of inauspicious. If a black cat crosses our way, we think something misfortune will come to me. This is an inauspicious. This is nothing but the creation of our mind. This is the poet. This is what the poet has emphasized in the poem. Because the falling of the snow brings to the poet a joy, absolute joy, and his sadness passes away. The rest of the day he feels relieved. This is the philosophy that Frost has nurtured in the poem and makes us realize that we should take everything granted in a positive way. Frost has said that in Mother Nature there is nothing negativity. It is only our mind that makes something negative. We should move forward with the light of optimism and accept everything as Mother Nature has blessed us. This is what is the analysis. This is what is the correct meaning of the poem. I think that you will understand the deepest philosophy of this tiniest poem and use it and imply it in our life, because poetry teaches us the greatest philosophy so that we can handle every situation. Okay, if the poem touches you, please subscribe my channel, press the bell icon and share it. Share the video as much as you can. Keep on learning, be happy and be blessed by God.